Hello, everyone. Can someone write in the chat if you hear me? Yes, yes, yes. That's good. Hello, everyone. We have still 3 minutes. Dzień dobry, bonjour, guten good morning. What else? Guten Morgen. Dobry den. So this will be a very intensive session. Hopefully you will follow, but remember this session will be also available later on our YouTube channel. So don't worry. You can repeat it after. But I would like to show you a very nice workflow. So I will be showing my screen mostly during the whole webinar. It will be just a bit of theory, a lot of a lot of demo, and hopefully there will be no demonstration course that, sometimes when you show live, you get this fatal error, crash, everything. So hopefully not today. Cross fingers. Okay, we still have 2 minutes and then we start. So please, if you have any questions to me, just write it in using this QA button. I think you can find it somewhere in the menu because it will be simpler for us just to follow up the questions and also get the answer. If you write this in the chat, maybe you will also not get the answer because we will miss this conversation, but this QA button, it's the best you can do if you want to ask me a question. Okay, 1 minute left and I will start. So before I start, you can see how nice model I have inside Quadri. Smooth, rotating model. Everyone likes it. Yes, okay. 10:40, I have only 30 minutes. That's why I have to start. So, hello guys. My name is Marcin Pszczółka. I'm working for Trimble. I'm nowadays working as a product manager, but in addition, I'm also responsible for IFC 4.3 implementation inside our software. So mainly I'm focusing on something called IFC object catalog, but today I will focus on our feature catalog that is available for everyone using, for example, Nova Point design models. So I will use for purpose for this demo just this feature catalog. So what I want to show you today, there will be some tricks, some workflows, tips and tricks that I want to show you, but let's jump to the workflow I will present. So first of all, I will show you how to attach classification and property set to the Quadri objects using Quadri configuration. Next, I will use inside Quadri a table tool to extract the list of objects. These objects I will map to IFC schema, to IFC objects, properties, and BSD data. Then I will attach this BSD data using this Excel input or spreadsheet input using our automation tool inside Quadri. And then I will also create conversion rules using the same Excel sheet to actually proceed with my export. And the last thing will be also about defining spatial breakdown structure or project breakdown structure, selecting the proper conversion rules and exporting to IFC. Before I jump to the demo, I also want to show you this few slides just for you to know, understand. So we have some objects in Quadri or in our in our platform called Quadri, and we use feature catalog. And each of these features are represented by our own definitions, our own names. But at the end, we can all of them extract, export to IFC format, for example, and we can convert them to several types of entities. And here are examples that you can choose from. And remember, everything you have inside Quadri, everything you click on the objects, we can call them as a kickable objects. It's the objects with the geometry. And these objects here are serving us to just describe the definitions, to extract these definitions, save these definitions properly. We cannot forget about objects that can also create the project structure, or called also spatial breakdown structure. And among them, among others, we have objects like IFC building stories. They are spatial objects. But now we have with IFC 4.3 objects like IFC road part, railway part, IFC facility part common. All of them we are using to structure our breakdown, which we will see then in different viewers, different BIM viewers. So don't miss these two type of objects. These objects we don't convert. We don't convert from the kickable objects I mentioned that having geometry. Here we just place them in the certain manner just to establish the spatial breakdown structure. So conversion rules we will use to convert objects from Quadri to our physical objects with attributes, properties, and classification. And we have also another tool for relationship. It's called relationship config. And this we will use to establish this nice project structure. Yes, so this is just the bit of theory, and let's jump to the demo. We have 25 minutes. That's great. So let's first of all go to the Quadri configuration. And inside Quadri configuration, you can establish your own feature catalog. I did it also, so you can see, and you can also start from scratch. When you click on the plus button, then you have base catalog assignment, and you can select from the available list here. So I have already done that, and you can see my demo 0611. This is my catalog, and also to this catalog I attach property sets. Why I attach property sets? Because I would like to, in the next steps, connect some data to these property sets. But what is nice about that you don't have to punch all the values manually. You can export this catalog to Excel. And for example, this data you can attach using a spreadsheet. So I have already exported some catalog. I already exported this feature catalog. I can show you how it looks. So I just have to jump to my catalog, and I have to open my folders, spreadsheet, and I have this one, probably that one, yes. So you will see that I have spreadsheet that you can get from our website, and it's also designed in the certain way that we can read it, consume this data after all, and based on this template, we can get all the values we need. But let's just jump back to this environment inside Quadri configuration. When I click on this object, you will see that I have some classification references, or I have some properties, and so on. So this is basically how I attach in forehand, before I started the project, how I attach all information or placeholders for my information to my catalog. And when I'm ready with my catalog, and just I click publish, and you see that I have some published version. This is this version I will use in demo. Okay, so we have a catalog ready to go. The next part is we jump to Quadri. And as you see, I have a very nice fancy model with many models and construction and different domains. But for my demo, I will not use this. I just extracted one road from this model, and in the same binder, I created another project. And this project, as you can see here, using my feature catalog, and how I can also find out if I have all information or all these placeholders, as I call them, inside Quadri. So I also imported from this project, this main project, my road, and see what I get. So I have some basic road, as you see, and I think that maybe I need to just one more time import it. Let's see what I get. If I just re-import the data, yes, this is the model I wanted to show you. So I have a very simple model. I have 120 features. As you see, this is the Quadri objects that we are going to convert to IFC catalogs. So you also have to know that we are using the brain of Quadri is the feature catalog. And this is example, here are examples of the feature we have. And this specific features describing the road model. So when I click on any of this feature, let's say something called structure layer, you will see that I have a structure layer on the top, and I have also now this three property set, we call it. One will be for classification reference, and some general data, some general property sets that I also want to describe, and all of them I attach using this Quadri configuration. Okay, so what I can do now, if I'm go to presentation, I can easily go to maybe first I need to just finish this task to be sure that everything is correctly imported. Yes, now I can jump to the table view, because now I want to list all feature catalogs that I will export. So I go to the source feature and I will select, I want to have my task for road and road alignment. Then from the feature list, I can also filter it down. And I know that, for example, I don't want to export this item and this one. So, and this one maybe. So I have totally 90 objects. I can now click close and also customize. And I want to just sort them without any grouping. And I will just click on the default rules, and I can click save. And when I click preview, then I will get the list of all objects I have for this model. And then I can, of course, send it to spreadsheet. I just click it, send it to spreadsheet, demo 06/11/2024, and then I can save. Then I just have done this before, so I can show you that I have already got something like this. So when you open your Excel, you will see that your spreadsheet looks like that. And now from here, we can start mapping. So for example, this is my features inside Quadri. I want to put some entities. So I want to I want to connect them to some entities. Predefined types. Predefined type is a type of attribute that you can also export with IFC. You have an object type, and you have maybe some tag and another object. So you just start doing this mapping yourself inside Excel. You just attaching the data, you are trying to figure it out, what kind of objects are used to describe this certain elements. You can go to IFC 4.3 documentation and try to figure it out. We also made it for you as a default, but you can maybe do it better. But also, let's just jump how this document could look like. So as you see, I have this same document. I just change it, adjust it, and you see that I have the same what I had at the beginning. I have just feature list. I have now connected this to entities, to predefined types, to object types. You can see that there is only one value for object type because it's only allowed to use when the predefined type is set to user define. Then you have a tag. I can also have a tag attribute, description. What else? You can also set the color for your export. This is the color RGB that you can also set in your conversion rules, and also material names. But in addition, I use the same catalog and in the same template to attach classification. And you can ask me why you are showing us classification. You should talk about BSDD. But for those of you that doesn't know what is classification or BSDD, so you can easily find on the GitHub documentation which describes in details what is BSDD. And if you go to the details, you will understand that BSDD is connected to your IFC data using classification reference, and the relations between the two. So it's just about how you map your classification data to your BSDD. And of course, if you want to do this properly, you have to go also to BSDD data and try to find out some objects that are interesting for you. So for example, let's just find some course object and see what we get. So I have, for example, course object, and I see that, for example, this one, asphalt concrete binder course. So when I just jump to this object, I see the all attributes that I can easily attach to this classification references and classification. So this is just to find out what type of attribute it's connected to which place in BSDD data. So all connectors or add-ons using BSDD working the same way. At the end, everything is connected to classification. So what I have done, I just created 7 columns or 6, maybe 8, with these attributes, and I just call them like this because this will be later easier for me to map these values. So I just attach the URL for the specific object, the classification code, the name, and so on and so forth. So these things you can do easily in Excel. If you know the input, if you know what type of entity, predefined type, you can basically do your BSDD data inside Excel. And in addition, as you remember, I have also one property set just for custom properties. And this, of course, you can do as well inside your Excel. So you see, I have just a very, very nice master Excel where I map my objects to all attributes, color, material, to classification showing BSDD, and to property sets. Then if I have this, I have to first of all save it as a CSV format. Then I go back to my Quadri, and we have a very nice tool to connect all information to the objects. So this tool is shown under modeling, I go to the automation, and I say that all data in model. So I'm basically in this model, so I have only one model. So this doesn't matter for me, but if I want to be more specific, I can say that, okay, anyway, from this model, I want to select this specific model. And then I just click close. I selected 119 objects. Then I have to select the rules, and I did it before, of course. And I have the rule set called demo, and inside rule set, I can create new rules. So I will create it from scratch, demo 1, create rules. And now this is basically the environment we are using to establish our own rules. You can see that I have always I have in the middle, I have to put this feature result. Then I have to select this action. I need to connect this, and then I can use this action at the end. Sorry, this was a filter. It's called a filter, and this called a yeah, this is the action. And here also I need to say that please use that I want to have this my input based on CSV loop. So inside that I have to select my CSV loop, and I call this master road. So I just open it, and also I have to change the filtering or the column separators, and I have to define what start index and how many columns. I know that there is a 21 columns, and then I can go to this one and say that please filter my feature types based on my first column. And then I can also go to the modify feature and say now that this one will be, just rename it, this one will be for classification. And then in the classification, I can just very simply go here. I need to first of all select any object that will show me the list of available attributes, but then I say update to all feature types, and it means that this applies to all the objects from my basket. And here I can now start to searching all my objects from all the columns from my Excel, and I can connect them to the same, as you remember, I named the same things inside my feature catalog. But okay, this is the way you do this, but I have already I have done this rule beforehand, so now we can check how it looks. So I have this classification. Let's check all the definitions. So you see I have connected all different columns from my Excel to all different properties inside Quadri. And I did the same for properties. So I just selected all columns from my Excel to all columns inside, to all properties inside Quadri. So I have this rule ready to go. Click OK, select features. I just selecting this one, save, and now I just jump to this view and run rules. So you see, I just run the rule, and now if I click on the object, you will see that all information are connected to my objects. You see the classification references, and also this one here. It's called it's a general property set. I just click finish, because what it's nice, if something happen, you can always run as a batch. It means that I can automatically update it, and you see that all objects, also I get information in this process info, are updated. So I have now all information on my object. So what we can do now, so I will use still the same master template to create now my conversion rules, because we have objects, we have BSDD data connected, we have a properties connected. Now, based on the same input from the Excel, we can easily export. And I will show you the very nice method for creating your own conversion rules. We have to go to the export to file, Now I have to select the IFC format. Of course, beforehand, I have to select what type of row or what type of object I want to export. I also want to export alignment. And you remember that maybe I don't want to extract all objects. I don't want this one, and this one. So I just click close. So I have 90 objects. Then I go to the settings and I have to select this 4.3. I can put the project name, let's call demo, and description demo Trimble. Just leave it for now, just click OK. And now I go to conversion rules. And I can now select the existing ones. So I will just, based on this, create my own. I need to click copy, and I will say demo. And now I click save. And you will see that now I have this conversion rules here. And what I need to do, I need to just delete everything using this delete rule, not delete all, but delete, I just have to mark and delete them all. Why I do this? Because still I have these definitions in my conversion rule editor. So what I need to do, I need to go to create rules from a TXT file. I'm selecting the same spreadsheet I had also for CSV. So you see, and one comment. So for this method here, you have to, when you have this X values, you have to just leave it empty because we don't want to have this as an output. So just you have to replace, if you want to use this one spreadsheet, you can of course have your own based on this, but for this sake, let's just save it again, spreadsheet to be sure that we don't have any values. And I will show in master CSV without values, without. So I can just click save. Yes. Now I can go back to Quadri. So without, yes. Now I can open, and you see that I got all columns here listed as it before, and now I can perform certain steps. So in this step, I have to select which column I want to rely on as a input. So you remember we have this 21 columns. I'm using this feature type name. Then I click here, and then I can map. So I will know what is the input from Excel and what is the output on my side in Quadri. Close. The next step, I can also define some certain filtering on this level, but we just skip it for now. We don't need this because we are converting all features to objects without saying which one is specific one. The next one, I want to map my till destination. In this catalog, we are setting all IFC objects. And the last part is the most important because here we are starting to select or define predefined type. We are starting to map the values from our Excel with the values that we have, with the different definitions that we have inside Quadri. So you see, we just have to add something called add row, and we are using this attribute. This is the internal attribute inside Quadri that actually managed to extract the the attributes. For property sets, and for classification, we are using that one, but I will show you in the next step. For example, another one is the tag. We can call from the tag. So it's also wise to have the proper naming just to be sure that everything you map is correct. Material. Then you select material, and so on, and you click finish. So the conversion rules look like that. Then you have the view, and you see that all attributes I have already connected. So you can of course do it more data. And let's just jump to the conversion rules I did before. So let's just select this one. So you will see that I have conversion rules using the same method. I was able to connect the color, description, predefined types, and also this one here. So all the properties and all the classification, I connected to my classification here. So you will see that I have everything that it's the same naming on the same on the input, on the source, and on the output. So we have to keep this. And of course, you're just selecting your attribute from this list, and you are mapping. So property sets for the property sets and classification, name variable per list for all attributes, and for all for color and for material also. And you can, for example, material check here. Material should be also here. Yes, exactly. And also that's why I just reuse these conversion rules, because I need this 7 or this 5 definitions, which will help me now to connect my objects to the specific spatial breakdown structure. So now I have conversion rules ready to go. Now I can click OK, and I need to go back to settings, and I need to go to association configuration. I have to first of all reset it, and then I can open it. This is my project spatial breakdown. So I know that I'm going to just export the road part, so the road element, so I can now structure the whole spatial breakdown structure. So I know that I don't have this longer. So everything I need to do, it's based on the knowledge, based on this here, based on these inputs. So I can define the input, how I can map it based on this data. So I will say that under IFC road path, I have no IFC course now, but I have IFC slab. So I just have to rename it, and I have to say paving. This is the code I will use. You can also check it here. So this is the paving. I'm using this as a key. And also don't forget about the relations. That's why it's also crucial to know a bit about the relations in conversion in the IFC, because later, if you don't actually take care of it, then you get the error message in your validation service. That's why it's very crucial to have it. Then I create this one. And for example, I add that I would like to attach a new annotation to that one. And I think this is what I said, this is the course of the webinar, because now it's get freezed. That's why I will not finish this, but I can show you how because here is how you structure using these rules, everything, you then selecting your conversion rules, and then you exporting. And what you get, it's this. So this is, as I said, not possible to finish, but you can go then to, for example, we have, do I have this model? Yes, I have this model in Trimble Connect. And I was able to establish this spatial breakdown structure. I can also maybe show you, because it's simpler to show in BIM Vision. And I think I will also record many videos about in the coming future, just to show you more details about each of the steps. But you know that you can create a very nice, rich models using our tools. This is the model. This is the spatial breakdown structure I created. Also, you can find that I have groups that I grouped all survey data under IFC site. So I can basically, what I can do, I can just go to structure, for example, just switch it off and go to the groups and just show all the annotations. All data has the information, and also they have the classification connected to identifier connected to the BSD data. So when I click on this, instantly I get the information about what BSDD is using. And also you can check the whole list of my references under classification. So this is basically what I want to show. I know there is a lot of knowledge. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I will also follow up with more videos describing in more details this specific workflow. Thank you. I don't have a time for questions right now, but I will answer after the meeting. And now I think it's the stage is going to Joachim. Joachim will show you now IFC 4.3 in action in the real project. So thank you for your time, and hopefully we will stay in touch. Thank you.